Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, before we proceed any further, big shout out to my channel sponsor, Fighting Mad, the pound for pound kings in boxing apparel. I will leave the link for you right here, so you guys can go get fresh shirts like the ones to my left and the ones to my right. But let's talk further about Naoya the Monster Inoue, because the E word, the vaunted E word, exposed. Everybody's throwing that word out there again. I hate that word in boxing because it gets thrown around so loosely. But they're saying that Naoya Inoue got exposed. Now, this is why boxing fans, a lot of the time, this is why boxing fans cannot have nice things. Y'all cannot have nice things because you guys ask fighters to step up. Then when they step up and win a tough fight, you condemn them for it. And then you start spewing garbage out the side of your lips like the guy, like the fighter isn't a pound-for-pound fighter. When this is the same Naoya Inoue that he's scaled 3-weight classes. He's been a world champion already in 3-weight classes at the young age of 26 years old. You know, before Vasily Lomachenko came into boxing, this is the same Naoya the Monster Inoue that was the fastest fighter in boxing history to win a world title in multiple weight divisions. He did it in 9 fights. I believe Lomachenko did it in about 7 fights or something like that. And that's a very underrated fact, okay? This fight was not a fight where he got exposed. I really think it was a combination of things. It was a combination of, size. Donaire is big at the weight class. He got a very, very hungry and game Nonito Donaire because most people know that this was going to be Nonito Donaire's one of his last big fights, if not his last big fight. And being that he had met Naoya Inoue all those years ago at the Tekken boxing gym and all that stuff, he had an extra motivation to go out there and just, put his best foot forward. And at 118, this is his best weight. This is his best weight. This is a weight where, obviously Donaire is not the Filipino flash he once was, but he has adjusted. He has found a way to adapt, at his advanced stage of 36 years old at this weight class. So kudos to him. Kudos to him. Personally, the way I see it is this: not only do I think Naoya Inoue is a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter, but let's have it right, man. Before this fight happened, I had Monster Inoue as my number 2 pound-for-pound fighter. But now let's hand him the proverbial crown. We're going to crown him here on True School Sports. Naoya Inoue is the pound-for-pound king of boxing. He's the best fighter in boxing, and I'm going to explain to you guys why. Okay? Now, when you look at pound for pound, you look at obviously, how a fighter is beating his opponents, who he's beating, and how he's beating them. And Inoue, going back from 108 to now, if you start from the beginning of his career at 108 all the way to now, to the most recent fight with Donaire, it's just been nothing but class. At 108 pounds, he fought. One of his first big wins was when he boxed Ryoichi Taguchi, and Taguchi is one of the only 3 men who have fought Inoue so far that can claim that they went the full distance with him. He went the full distance with Inoue, and Inoue outboxed him, but he's shown himself to be a worthy, incredible fighter after that, as he has become world champion again after Inoue beat him. So you had that early in his career. You had him fighting Omar Narvaez, who to this very day is still a top 10 ranked fighter at 118. Inoue jumped up from 118 to 115 to fight Omar Narvaez early in his career and become world champion there. And then at 118, you see him slowly stepping up, fighting the likes of Jamie McDonald, who was former world champion, then stepping it up to fight Juan Carlos Payano, knocking him out in 13 seconds. He's been a 2-time world champion. Then fighting undefeated Emmanuel Rodriguez, IBF world champion, had over 100 amateur wins, one of Puerto Rico's most talented fighters, stopped him in 2 rounds. So it's not just who he's beating, but it's how he's beating them in the fashion he's beating them in. And it's the accomplishments, and it's the skill set. Because he, let's have it right. In his career, Naoya Inoue, he's shown many different things. He's shown the ability to knock you out coming forward, knock you out going backwards. He's shown counterpunching. He's shown the ability to jab. He's shown counterpunching. He's shown all kinds of things that would lead him to be a pound-for-pound king in boxing. His resume, his resume is better than Terrence Crawford now with the win over Donaire. It's unquestionably better than Terrence Crawford's, as he's beaten a future first ballot Hall of Famer in Nonito Donaire. I think it's better than Lomachenko's. You know, no disrespect to Lomachenko, but like Lomachenko, you got to ask yourself with him, what's his best win? You know, is it Nicholas Walters? Is it Linares? Is it Gary Russell Jr.? Any one of those guys, you got to ask yourself, are they first ballot Hall of Famers? And the answer is no. Okay, so it can't be better than the win against Donaire. It can't be better than his win against what's his name? Adrian Vasquez. What are the guys? The guy he beat early in his career from I forgot where he's from, but Adrian something. I forgot his name. He was a world champion though. He beat him. He beat Ryoichi Taguchi, Emmanuel Rodriguez, Jamie McDonald, Nonito Donaire, and I'm Kohei Kono. I think he beat Kono in his career too. He's beat some good fighters. He's beat some really good fighters at that weight. Unfortunately, people don't know those guys at that weight class. I like to do the other ones because the smaller weight classes don't get the love they deserve. But this kid Inoue, man, if you're out here and you're one of the channels, I'm not gonna give any of you channels who are calling you a hype job or exposed. I'm not giving y'all any clout. You don't deserve any true school sports hype and clout. But if you're one of those channels out there that insist that he was exposed or that he's a hype job, then stop watching boxing. Go watch golf. Go watch tennis. Go watch croquet. Fuck it. Go watch horse racing, because if y'all can't see that this kid is the real deal and that he's one of the top three, at bare minimum, he is a top 3 pound fighter. For me personally, I think he's the best fighter in boxing right now. More so than Crawford because of the opposition and how he's beaten them. More so than Lomachenko because he's done the same thing Lomachenko's done and the same thing Crawford has done, but he's done it against better opposition in more impressive fashion. And, you know, I don't think he's too far away from going up to his 4th weight division and challenging for a world title at 122. You know, I really think he can go up there and beat the likes of Emmanuel Navarrete, even though that will be a tough task for him. But he's definitely skilled enough to go do it. You know, I think he have a great chance against Daniel Roman. You know, this kid Inoue is the real deal. And if you're gonna get if you're gonna get on the bandwagon of hating on him and trying to say he was exposed and he was no good and he has no defense, you know, then boxing is the sport for you. You might need these. Like, you might need these, and you might need to just consider talking about, I don't know, men's health or some shit, because boxing just isn't it for you. So you can't have both ways boxing, man. You can't say one's got to step up and fight the best, and then when he fights the best and wins a tough fight, say he was exposed. You can't have both ways. And if you wonder why fighters duck fights and why fighters duck fights and are so reluctant to make the fights that we want to see happen when we want to see them happen, it's because of this. Because you can have a fight like this, like Inoue versus Donaire, which was so great, which both men represented themselves and their countries and their families with such dignity and class, and are such a testament to how great the sport of boxing is, and then put on one of the fights of the years, and then were so respectful afterwards. You know, there is literally not one bad thing you can say about Donaire or Inoue, but still, on YouTube, as I go across all these channels, I'm seeing a lot of the channels from the LDBC. I'm seeing a lot of channels that don't like Naoya Inoue for whatever reason, say that he was exposed, that he's no good, he's a hype job. And I'm just here to tell you guys that you should really just stop talking about boxing. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. This kid is the truth. This kid has done much more than Terrence Crawford has done in a shorter period of time. He's done more than Lomachenko's done in a shorter period of time. He's a more skilled fighter than, well, actually, no, that one's up for debate. Whether he's more skilled than those guys is up for debate. But you cannot deny the fact that he's fighting better opposition. If you know your boxing and you're educated about the lower weight classes, you cannot deny the fact that Naoya Inoue, the monster, is going. You know, you can't deny that what he's doing isn't special. He's doing some special things, and he's the unified WBA, IBF, bantamweight champion, Ring Magazine bantamweight champion, Muhammad Ali trophy winner. And you gotta put some respect on his name. So if you're not putting respect on his name, you know, he's not getting exposed. The only thing that's getting exposed is your boxing knowledge or lack thereof. So if you're hating on Inoue and you're calling him a hype job and you're calling him exposed, go cover horse racing. Seriously. I'm gonna leave it at that.